All right, folks, and we have today a special guest, National Master Emmanuel Carter here. We're going to be doing some tactics today, as it's Tactics Tuesday. Follow along with us. Message in the chat. If you're gonna be watching it later on, you can pause the videos and go through the tactics yourself. He's gonna go through with us and explain his thought process behind the tactics and how he works them out, as well as trying to solve them with us. So without further ado, here is Emmanuel Carter. How are you doing, sir?
Good. Welcome. Thank you for having me. All right, welcome, guys. All right, so you want me to just like crack and get
Yep.
started?
We could go ahead and start. And we're gonna start doing survival mode on chess.com today. And let's see. It starts kind of easy, and then the tactics get harder as you progress through it. You can only miss three, and then if you miss three, you get kicked out. So definitely want to get as many correct as possible.
Right. So this first one's pretty easy. Right, you see the two pieces are attacking both those F7 squares, so of course. Queen takes F7, it's checkmate. All right, so how do we figure this one? We have a knight guarding these two squares, and when rook can go here and attack the king, that'd be checkmate, right? So rook takes, he blocks, and we have checkmate. Alright, so rook to d1. Interesting move. Protected twice. How many times are we attacking it? 1, 2, 3 times. So it looks like if we take the rook, we will be able to win an extra piece. Takes, and we're up a knight. Alright, now it's time for the tricky stuff, right? Looks like this is a free piece. I don't see anything that can defend it. Right, do why not take it?
When it's free, right?
It's free. Alright, so knight moves up here. Obviously, white wants to just take this on the next turn and go here for checkmate. But that's what that'll checkmate, and we need to think of counterplay. We have a knight attacking this juicy pawn on g2 with the queen. I don't see anything else protecting this pawn, so we can just do queen takes g2 checkmate.
Yeah.
Same thing as the last one, right? We'll connect the dots. Queen and rook attacking queen and knight attacking the same piece. Checkmate. They took a piece. What they took our bishop. We could, of course, take it back, but they'll just take our knight, and then everything is, equal. But white looks a little bit better. So we do have another plan in mind, similar to the last two. These pieces line up. Nothing else protects this h2 square, so we're able to take it. Checkmate. All right. So bishop takes pawn. Attacks the knight. We could move the knight somewhere, but like where would the knight move to? You can go knight here, attacks the rook. It is a fork, but that is one good move. But in chess, they say if you find one good move, look for better moves. And of course, our queen is attacking that same square. Now, what happens if we do queen to f7? The king would slide over, and then it looks like we can take on d7 for checkmate. Let's do it. Alright. Nice. What does black want to do? Seems pretty obvious. Maybe rook there. I'm trying to push the pawn, or rook over here and get a queen. That's a threat. So we need to think of counterplay. First question I always ask myself is, I look at the king. Right? I look at the king because I'm like, where's the king going to move to? If we're trying to attack, I'm trying to create some counterplay. Right? The king can only go here. Can't go here. The bishop guards, and the rook guards here. King guards here, and then we play connect the dots. So bishop and rook both attack this same square. Checkmate. Easy peasy. So this one's a little bit more challenging, right? There doesn't seem to be a real direct threat here. Maybe black's idea, if he could, he wanted to push a pawn. looks something like they want to do, or I don't know. I don't know what black they want to do. But I know that this is not a good move because the queen goes to a square that's unprotected, and our queen is lined up on the same square. So we have to ask ourselves, what? How can we attack the queen? Well, there's a few ways, right? One way is bishop here, which is terrible. Just gets a piece away,
Garbo,
right?
Garbo move.
Gar- Garbo move. But there is another way, right? If we can move this rook somehow, our queen will be attacking the queen. So the question is, where does the rook move to? And the answer would be rook to d8 with check. Why check? Or why rook d8? Because with check, and saves no time, wastes no time, right? Rook takes all forcing moves. That's what you want to look for whenever you're doing tactics. It's forcing moves or in your games. So this brings us back to the second example we had, right? When the knight was here, and we could kind of checkmate the king on the side. Now our queen is being attacked, so is the knight. So of course we'd look at what should the queen do first. But if we move our queen somewhere, they'll take our knight. And then we think of, okay, how can we save our knight and then save our queen at the next turn? And the only way to save the knight is to do it with checks. So knight to e7 helps us check the king, saves the knight, and now we can save the queen on the next turn. So if we do knight to e7, king moves somewhere. Let's just say they move to, I don't know, h8, h7, right? h8, h7, doesn't matter. The king can't go anywhere, and we're able to do queen takes h5 for checkmate. A 1-2 knockout punch. Alright, tricky stuff. There's a fork, there's a pin, and this is also being pinned. And a lot of things are going on here. So what is this operation? What's more important? Trying to defend these rooks or the queen? Well, the queen is the most important, besides, the king. So how are we going to save the queen? Well, one thing we could do, well, we can't even move our queen, right? There's a pin. So one thing we can do is
Get
maybe
mate.
capture the piece that's, pinning us. The question is, do we take it with the queen or do we take it with the knight? If we take it with the queen, take the knight to stop the third checkmate. And then he still has this threat of the rooks. So we can't take it with the queen. Next is, well, can we take it with the knight? Now, if we take it with the knight, it does do two things. Well, it takes rid of that pin and also attacks the king with check. And that's what we look for. If we take it, it is also going to be checkmate. King cannot move anywhere. Perfect. Alright. What is this one? Let's see. White to play. How do we attack?
It start to get trickier as you keep going up.
Well, the first move I look at is always checks, right? Always checks because
What is it?
check.
What does he always say? Checks, captures, and threats.
Wait, what? Checks captured? No,
No,
I
you
don't
always say
know.
something. It's what do you look? What do you look for when you're doing the tactics?
Oh, checks and captures. Literally,
Okay.
checks and
There's no
captures
third. There's no third one.
and free
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah,
If it's
free pieces.
free,
Yeah,
literally all the time I'm saying, checks and captures. That's the most important thing you look for when you try to start a tactic, or if you're trying to win a piece. Then, of course, there might be something different. So the first thing I looked at is queen takes h7.
All
Now,
right. So I'll pause real quick. So in a game, like let's say this is like a game, right? And you're in the
right,
tournament. You don't know that you're doing tactics here, but in the game, you don't really know that there's a tactic there, right? Like there's nobody whispering in your ear, like, hey, man, there's a tactic here.
right.
What's your thought process like during this part of the game?
Like if I'm playing a game over the board, or in a tournament or something.
Mm,
And well, this, black has two rooks, right? I don't want his rooks to get super active, and I also have some pawns here. Just basically, if I'm playing a game, I'm trying to keep black from activating his rooks. That's
correct,
the
correct.
number one thing I want to try and keep from doing so. And thinking of queen takes h7, that's a check. So if he has to move his king somewhere, he doesn't have time to touch his rooks. That's pretty much how I'd solve that problem. Right? Any other queen move wouldn't look too good. Work like queen there.
Correct.
I don't know. I'd start off by doing check, make the king move somewhere, and maybe double up because I want to get as black. I want to get this pawn all the way down the board. So queen takes h7 is white. Where does the king go to? If he goes back to b8, c8, or d8, well, we have this nice move queen to h8, which would be a fork on the king and the rook because this
Hmm.
rook is hanging. And then if we do queen takes h7, brings his king up. Oh, well, can't go to b7. But if he goes to c6, well, then we have our queen goes back here to e4. Right. So remember, guys, if you guys ever have two rooks and your opponent has a queen, you need to keep your rooks protecting each other. It's the only way to survive. All right. So this one's pretty simple. Knight moved up, attacks the rook. We of course look to see where the rook can move to. Can't really go anywhere. So the next thing you ask yourself is how can I create some counterplay? If a rook is trapped, how can we create counterplay? And the only way to do so is to attack our opponent's king because that makes it immediate threat on them, and they don't have time to do what they want. So you can't go queen to f1 right now because the rook and the king both guard that square. But we can go queen to f2, forces the king over, and then continue to attack his king for checkmate. So here, takes, and we have mate. Ooh, pawn games, my favorite. Alright, so the first question we ask yourself here is what do we go after? H pawn or the A pawn? Is our pawn closer to the A file or to the B file? Or the H file? So let's see. If we try and go in front of his king, I don't know, what would he do? He could possibly move his king over, and if we go over, he'll go over. There's nothing really to do for on this uh, D side of the board. Everything over here we're not even going to touch. We're going to look to see to go over here, to go after this pawn, because we have two pawns over here. Our attack will be faster for this pawn. So if we play king to f4, right, he's probably going to go play king to e2. Then we can go in here to g3, and then if he goes back again, or even forward again, to take, king comes up. Right, we have 2 on 1 here, but we do have an extra move, so we could possibly push our pawn, forces the king to move somewhere, oops, maybe here, and then we'll be able to take the pawn. Take, king up, and we just go after these lovely pawns, and then, of course, push our pass pawn.
Win the race.
Win the race, pawn race. Right. What to do as black? The knight, of course, if white had an extra move, this is the way to think about some positions, right? If you give white two moves here, they'd love to have the knight here and the pawn here. Right? So they start off by doing knight here. If they get their pawn here, this knight just becomes a super beast. So we can't allow the knight, or we can't allow this pawn to get here. 1. 2, we need to, again, try and create counterplay. And by doing so, the immediate move queen c6, up to attack the king. And if he tries to push the pawn, we'll be able to just take with the rook, attacks the queen, and we have a discovered check. So again, if we do queen c6 and the king moves somewhere, like say g1, well now we can bring the queen in, followed by the rook after the king moves. Or if he slides his king over, we have a skewer, and we're just able to pick up the queen next. Here, of course, we take, discover check. What is white going to do? That move looks super good. Annoying. As black or as white, they're also attacking our queen. So how do we make a threat here? Well, if our queen's being attacked, and we know they want to take our queen, we have to move our queen somewhere. The only safe for us is queen to g6, or not g, b3, attacks the king, forces the king to go back. Now we want to take on b2. So we need to find a way to deflect this bishop in c1. How can we do that? C. Oops, not there. That's illegal. But knight to d2. Right? Attacks the king, forces the bishop to take, and now we're able to take on b2 successfully. Check, check, and take. Forcing moves. Well, they took a knight. Alright, so we took a knight. Now we're down a handful of pieces. And it's these positions like this I love. Like when you're down a lot of material, and then you sacrifice a bunch and you gotta be extreme. So our bishop here controls this diagonal. We have a pawn that's looking to take, trying to activate his queen somehow. This knight can't really get in the game. So if you're down material, you gotta find ways to really attack your opponent. If we're trying to attack, g takes h2 starts that process. And think about where can the king move to. H1 or F2 or possibly take. Anywhere they go to, we have this nice move queen to G2 for checkmate. I mean, there is a problem there. No, it's not. I was going to say you can block, but again, we're taking a check. Takes, he takes, and checkmate. Perfect. This looks just like the first example we had, right? Connect the dots. Everything leads up to this where even though our bishop is attacked, the king is more dangerous or more important for them to think about. We can just do rook to f7. Ooh. Can I take a pawn? Nice poison pawn he took. So our bishop's being attacked. We could of course move it backwards, but if we go forward and the king takes, we notice that this bishop on d2 was originally protecting this pawn. But the bishop's not there anymore, and if that pawn is free, then we're able to take the pawn with the queen, and you see that we are attacking the knight. So bishop takes d2, helps us with this, gets the job done, and we pick up an extra piece. What do you take? Oh, down the queen here. What does black do? Well, of course, if we try to take the rook anyway, we have a nice check. If they try to take the rook, check, and they pick up our rook. So we can't really take this rook here. And if we take it with the rook, that's fine. But again, after rook takes, black is just down too much material. So we can't trade. Right? If we're down material, we cannot trade. We must think of ways to attack. We have a knight attacking g2, rook attacking g2. So we can take on g2 with the rook because it's a check, forces the king to h1. Rook to h5 again is check. King can't go off the board, so queen blocks, and I pick him up. Alright, so interesting. If we take, which we're not, they're going to take on a3. That is checkmate. So all these pieces over here cannot be touched. And if we try and block, let's say we try and block e6, because our queen's attacked, well, they'll just do rook takes here anyways. And then checkmate after the pawn checks. So we can't really block and waste time like that. We have to find immediate counterplay. We see 1, 2 pieces attacking at f2. So we take it, and now we have a back rank checkmate. Okay, so black just castled. Now we have a queen rook lined up on the same diagonal. This bishop is given some tension or attacking. f6 and d6, the question is which way do we go to? If we take on f6, the rook will take back, inviting his other rook to come over, and that doesn't look too good. He just helps protect his bishop, and he activates a piece. But we don't want that to happen. If we take his bishop, however, it is attacking the queen, and Well, depending on what he does, let's say the queen takes, we can just take the bishop with check, and then we're up material. And if the pawn takes, we do the same way thing. We just take, and we're still up an extra piece. So takes, and takes. So king is on the run. Right? White and black is up an extra queen. So last move was check with the rook going to h2, I guess. King moves forward. Question is how are we going to check again? If we try and use our rook on h7, the king is actually able to go to d5 and then safe there. Even though the king is almost trapped, he's safe here because the rook on h7 went to d5 or h6. But if we go rook 1 h6, again, king can't move back here. We're forcing the king upward. We do have a nice idea of rook to d7 for checkmate. And king comes up, and I do checkmate. There's a pawn is here. So he can give his queen away. Anything he does leads to checkmate. Alright, Jared, you want to do this one?
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So yeah, I mean here, yeah. So he's attacking our knight on e5 with the pawn and the bishop. Um, in my opinion, he has some weaknesses around his king, be it the light squares. Um, so we want to get as active as possible. And yeah, queen h5, check, and then yeah, g6, queen takes, and yeah, we're threatening mate. So yeah, we definitely want to get as active as possible here.
Right. Active over inactive piece. So what
Yep.
did they take? They took a knight. Alright. So we can definitely take this piece back. And if we take with a pawn, there's no threat. The only threat here is the knight, but then he can just move his knight. As you see, the bishop is attacking the knight, queen's attacking that too. So we have two pieces attacking this knight here. So if we want to win a piece, order's operation comes first. We do bishop takes bishop because it attacks the queen, forces him to move his queen somewhere. I don't know where he would go to. And then we're able to pick up this extra piece here.
Thank you.
Nice.
Coming in.
Thank you. Right? And no come again. We don't want to see them later. Alright. So, this knight's hanging. It's free, it's free. Do we take it with the bishop or do we take it with the queen? That's the question. Well, the bishop is already doing something and that's protecting the knight. So we can't take the bishop, we can't take the knight with the bishop. We must take it with the queen. And if we take it with the queen, we might go check. And if that happens, we can always just block. Because the idea is, if they go check, we try and run somewhere. They either have this idea with bishop coming up, threatening a checkmate, or even f6, c6, which would be a fork.
All right, we have the famous Aniket. He's saying, "What's going on, Emmanuel? Are you the replacement for Gaston today?"
I guess I am.
Yeah.
Not a replacement, but just a substitute teacher. Like Key
Yeah, exactly.
But okay, we have a fork. You gotta save our pieces. Knight here attacks a higher value piece. He doesn't have time to take this. So we take the rook. This one's tricky. What would you do here? I already see. What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
We want me to explain it. So yeah, here, yeah. So he has a queen versus a knight and rook, right? It's definitely, we have to play as active as possible here, or like a fortress. But here we actually have a nice little plan. involving that we can coordinate the knight, rook, and his queen. So we would do rook d8 check, and then the king is forced to one of the lights to one of the front squares, right? So either e7 or f7. And then if he goes to f7, obviously knight d6 is a fork on the queen and the king. And then if he plays king e7, we have rook e8, and then he has to do something again, or he gets forked again on d6. So if he takes on e8, we have knight d6 again, and then if he, if he moves away from it, we always have this knight d6 trick to win the queen.
Right. So rook here, king comes up. We do have rook check. And now the question is, what do we do next?
Yeah, and then here, let's see, here,
We just attack the king. Right? We want to force him to
yeah,
either decide to where we can come back check, and then maybe have a checkmate pattern, depending on where the king goes to. Because
yeah.
another player's going on.
It's always with this knight d6 trick. So yeah, e6 and then yeah, knight d6.
I don't think if he doesn't take the rook, I'm sure he'll probably get mated somehow.
All right, hold up. We have a viewer. Let's do this one. Do this one, Aniket.
Black to play.
Black to play. I'll give you. I'll give you a minute.
40 seconds. Sorry.
We'll give him a minute. He says this is
Oh,
a Garbo puzzle.
oh, it's
Uh,
Garbly.
King
Is he
h7.
king a7? Okay, after queen to c2.
He said King h7 is a free piece.
King h7. How is it free piece? Okay, king h7. What would you do if you did bishop here?
We'll give you a minute. We'll give you a minute. But yeah, Bishop g7, Rook g8, Rook g8.
Oh no, not with g8. With g8, now you give me time to help defend myself.
And he guesses free piece and then Rook g8. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too thrilled about this one. Bishop d3 check, Bishop g6.
Oh, bishop d3 is not a move. Oh, you're talking about after the rook move's over?
Uh, yeah. So give us the line. What's the line? Give us the line that you're talking about. Yeah, I don't want to get this one wrong on number 28.
Nah, you're not gonna get it wrong.
We gotta fact check and get.
So what's his line? King h7. Oh, we said what happens if white plays bishop g7?
I don't know if you know him, but for reference, he's like 2100.
Okay. He should be able to solve this in his sleep then.
he's
In his
saying
sleep.
he's saying King a7, Bishop g7, Rook g8. Oh, okay, Rook g8, Bishop d3. This Bishop d3 check, Bishop g6. Good game, easy.
Easy? Alright, let's try it. King. Oh, okay, with the
Okay,
knight
so
comes
yeah,
forward.
so you're Bishop g7 is okay.
Are you sure? Sure,
So knight
bishop g7?
e4, and
Knight
now
e4. Isn't there a free piece on the board?
yeah, I think you just take it now.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I don't know about
take
knight e4 was yeah. Yeah, chess.com is on crack.
Hey, you know what? I feel like that sometimes. So of course, take the knight.
Once it hits 30, the puzzles get like astronomically harder though. Like it's like a switch. It like knows. It knows. Like, all right, enough of the easy puzzles.
The knight four. Backline gets terrible. Right? How do you go after it? What comes back to him? Otherwise, you're getting toasted. If he can get one move in, one more move, you're just toasted because he's
I
everything.
agree. I
So
agree.
you have to work, check, and it's a Christmas party. Ooh, this one shall be easy, right? What is it? So rook's being attacked twice. Of course, we know what to take because if we don't take it, we're gonna lose an extra pawn. We need that pawn to win the game. So the first move is of course rook takes rook. If the queen takes, our queens are attacking each other, but we do have this nice idea: rook to c8. This piece is overloaded. This rook will be overloaded because it's protecting the back rank and protecting the queen at the same time. So rook takes, queen takes, rook down c8. If the king comes forward, we of course have take check, and then rook takes rook, and then there's no
No,
type.
they'll get more. They'll get tougher though. They'll get tougher.
Is he saying it's too easy?
Yeah, he's saying these are easy. They do get tougher though.
Does he want us to skip, go to 90?
Yeah, one after like 35 to 40, they get tough. Like they start getting tougher.
Let's see here. Well, only one move speaks out. What do you do? Push it back. Only one move speaks out to me. That's what coming here. Look like it's a free piece. But of course, we're going to look for other things. Maybe after rook up, king moves and we take. After we take here, you might have ideas of takes and knight comes up. But our king is pretty safe here. Knight takes is not a problem. Where is it? I think we have bishop check, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
This one.
we go
Hey,
back.
hey,
We go back.
getting aggressive. Yeah,
Yep.
and then I like your move.
Which one?
The bishop,
Bishop
bishop,
h6.
bishop, bishop, bishop.
Alright, so this one's gonna be a pawn race. I can already smell it in the air. So there, king up. What happens if we go back? We trade. Our king is now a little bit closer to the pawns, but his king is far away. We have all the time we want to go push, and the king looks like it's able to get in front of the pawn and stop it fast.
We got ourselves a race,
So let's try it.
but we win the race.
So of course we think about our box in chess. Is the king inside of the box? No, it's not. We're able to push more freely, and the king is
Enough
one step too
push.
slow. Oh, what's this one? This one involves us winning a free piece. Right, so this knight, of course, has like nowhere to go to, and if our pawn is ever there, it's a fort. So if we can imagine, knight takes knight, bishop takes, f6, kicks the knight up. If he comes forward, we have to push the pawn again. Uh, attacks the bishop, attacks the knight, so he's losing the piece. So knight takes. If we go forward, the knight goes back to f3. We push again. The bishop is now trapped, so that can't happen. And of course, if
Yeah,
knight takes f6, and he
yeah.
goes here,
F5 again.
f5. So
Hey.
free is free. Free is better. Alright,
Mhm.
so we of course want to checkmate. Rook here does not work because it was just blocked. So we think of other checks. Only one that speaks to mind is rook to h7. Rook goes here, and then we have checkmate.
Yeah, this one's. I'm surprised this one's on a
On
34.
35?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm surprised about that one. Like, come on now.
Yeah, most definitely. All right.
This one looks like it's something out of the Olympiad, right? This one right here.
Oh, don't get me
It looks
started
like
with
one of
that
those
toy.
Olympiad games.
Which one? Like 12 moves?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, this one looks crazy. You saw the Navarro one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
today?
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You saw. And then there was one. There was the Mississippi one. Yeah, I think like 2 days ago. It was like ridiculous the way he just started sacking like pieces. He
Uh,
was down like a rook and was like mating the guy.
I don't think I saw that one.
All
I'll
right.
check it out. Is it on your bestie's page?
Hmm.
Gotham chess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right,
You get
Nikkei,
that.
solve this one. Let us know. Let us know. Let's give Anika some time for this one. This one's pretty simple too.
Oh yeah, free is free.
I'm not Nicolas. I don't miss these 800 rated puzzles.
800. I thought this was 8,000.
He says A3
A3, queen takes
exclamation.
queen to B6. I'm just kidding. A3, queen takes B2.
Yeah, I think the same move right now.
Oh, same thing. Same
Yeah,
thing.
same
Another
move.
four. Oh, a queen. That person must be. Oh man, what is this?
Look at this one. What is this? This one also looks like it could be in the Olympiad too.
Honestly, it does. Like, nice idea. I already see the move. Do you see the move?
Yeah.
Yes, do.
Hmm.
Bishop takes is not right.
No, no.
Because it's
It's
take a
definitely
check.
Queen H7. Like, bah.
Oh yeah,
This is an Olympiad move right here. Queen H7. This came out. This looks like an Olympiad game.
most definitely.
Yeah.
Now we of course know we need to do double check. Down. This rook goes down. But where is checkmate? Hmm. Oh, there it is. Go back. And of course we have our roller mate looking mate.
Little ladder checkmate.
Oh yeah, that's a cool email says. Alright, so this king is nice and trapped here. Look at that. Right? We need to find a way in order to checkmate it. If we had two moves, definitely do this. Right? That's checkmate. Or maybe rook down here. King takes. If we could take, that's also checkmate. But well, there's one problem with rook here, right? Rook goes here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The bishop could take.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. There's no problem.
I think you gave the move.
I didn't mean to. I was just.
Yeah. Well, that's how you solve them. That's great because that's how you actually solve the puzzles, right? Or
Right.
like in a game, that's how you think.
You could think of different options. But rook to d8 here is a magical move because this bishop needs to get active, and the only way to do so is by using a pawn. And of course, the king is trapped.
It does. They do get harder. I'm telling you, they get harder. It's not always like this, man.
Maybe it is.
Huh?
Alright. What? Okay, this one's. I got it. I got it. So, king's nice and open. We're down on a piece, so they have a nice pass juicer. A juicer, as your
The
boy says.
juicer.
So in order to keep active, we have only one move, that's queen f3. Wherever the king moves to, this rook just slides to e2 and we're threatening checkmate. If he decides to go to g4, stopping our checkmate, we have queen f2 and then, oops, that's not me. Oh, f3, so rook goes here, if the queen goes over, check. Where's the me at? I don't see the mate. Do you see it? Queen f3 is just screaming my name, but I don't, you know. Go
I
for it.
like either queen f3 or rook e3. I mean, but
Monkey,
yeah, because rook
monkey,
e3
monkey.
check, and then there's nothing. Queen e7, that's it.
What if he does queen here?
Um, yeah, rook e3 doesn't work.
Let's just stop. But we'll try queen f3. It's screaming my name. Dot one. Alright, so now, oh, you know what? Of course it's rook here.
Yeah, rook e2.
Because the queen moves, he has a uh,
Yeah.
nice lost rook. Okay, and of course, I'm trying to get another queen here. We want to push a pawn, the bishop's in our way. How can we win the bishop? Rook here, attacks the bishop, or pins the bishop. If he tries to block us, well then we have bishop here.
Pin it to one.
Always put pressure on the pin piece, or as one of the favorite coaches around here says, PP on the PP.
Who says that?
Wow, I do.
He said one of your favorite coaches.
No, no, Jonathan Schroeder said it,
Okay, okay,
I think.
okay.
But no, I say it, and then the kids like, hee hee hee. I'm like, come on, man. Be more mature. PP on
I'm
the
done.
PP. But it's a funny way to remember it, right? Put pressure on the pen piece. Right, we're to, of
Hey,
course, take it, and we're gonna win. Now, where is checkmate here? Mm, Um, well, of course, the first thing we look at is taking the rook, but uh, not a check. But it does threaten checkmate. That is one thing. Threatens checkmate there. Also threatens checkmate. Alright, let's say we take threatens checkmate for one. If he tries to bring the rook over, where we have our nice move rook here, king moves back, and we have a discovered check. I think that's it. If this happens, similar idea. Uh, we can just take it because we have, again have checkmate.
mate.
Mate is great. Alright, this one, however, is a bit tricky. G5, you can always tell us wrong move, it opens up your king. The question is, how do we go after the king? Bishop f8 or bishop f6? If we go bishop f6, the king comes forward, queen comes over, king is forward. After baby queen back, he does have his queen blocking move. So we're going to scratch it out of the way and look at bishop f8, king goes forward. Similar idea, queen to g7,
Yeah,
and if
but
it
you
goes
have queen
forward,
h6. Yeah.
yeah, queen h6.
Gracias.
Ooh, what do you take, a pawn, bishop? Alright, took the bishop, but there's a nice fork here. So the question is, do we go up to a fork or do we take the knight back? How much material do we have? We have a knight and a bishop and a rook, so 3 pieces. And then I have 3 pieces. And it seems we can just take the rook with check. So if we can take something with check, I always advise that because why not? And then we just trade.
And you can still take that knight.
Oh, right. Well, we don't take the knight
Oh,
because
well,
it
now
looks
you can
like
do rook takes bishop. Yeah.
it's bishop. Right?
And then you can still take the knight.
Maybe. So we're down a whole rook here. Whole rook here. But we have counterplay. The only thing that we can do here is queen takes pawn and slide to the left. And then you checkmate, right?
Yeah.
Nice pawns control this g5 square. Checkmate. white to play. What did white do? So, what can knight move to? Knight can move to f5, f8, d8. Those only scores, right? f8, d8, and f4. So if you go knight f4, I don't see a real threat here besides knight here, which hasn't work.
No, but I
So
think yeah, in this one everything's like closed up over there, like bottled up, right?
right,
He never got his pieces out, so we can um
take
basically
advantage.
yeah, we can do knight d8, knight check, and take the rook.
Right, right. That was most effective. Takes, pick the look up, and look at this look again from Garrett Kasparov. Uh, back in the day. Uh, the threat is, of course, checkmate all over the board. Right, so we have to create counterplay. Bishop out c6. If he goes back, we have checkmate. Bishop c7. King goes forward. We have same idea. Takes. King goes forward, and checkmate somewhere.
Bishop c1, right? If he
Oh,
if
not
he went
bishop.
through the other line, the other one.
Not not knight takes, but knight to c3
Yeah,
because we have this checkmate.
mate.
Mate is great. Hmm. Knight takes pawn, attacks the king. If the king goes, back here, we have a nice discovery. This, or if the king comes forward, I believe we just do king f1. That actually no. Knight takes, king forward, we have rook here. Anyway,
Pit
and
it
then
to
king
win
up.
it.
And it's a win it. Of course, the knight goes back, and of course we're like, oh man, what do we do?
Oh, because he wants to
Uh,
play rook c2.
yeah, once you play rook c2,
c1,
knowing that we have a nice square here, these squares, we have a fork, the king, and whatever the rook,
oh, but
or
yeah,
whatever
it
goes.
doesn't work, right?
Doesn't work because we have knight to
Knight
d1.
d1.
Take 6, and pick up the free piece. Ooh, what do we do? Where do we go? Rook's attacked. There's checkmate somewhere. I gotta feel it. I had that gut feeling. Think about it, go after it. I really had the gut feeling like it's checkmate. Knight here. What's the end? King takes knight. Rook up to f5, f4, and then a checkmate. I don't see where you can stop that. So rook and checkmate.
Thank you.
Awesome sauce. This was easy, no brainer. Queen here because, of course, where's the king gonna go to? Nowhere. He has to block with the knight, and
Yeah,
you just pick it up.
yeah. In these, anytime the f7 doesn't have a pawn or it's undefended, it's usually the queen going to those squares,
Right,
to
right.
those light squares.
And you just take a rook. So yeah, to answer this one, we simply do not take this rook, but we of course need to start attacking on our own. Rook can go down check. If the king moves forward, or we could take rook with check one, or we could, maybe attack the king. But of course, taking rook with check is more important. And if we go back to f8, the rook blocks, but we have this wonderful move, queen to e6. It deflects the king away, and now we're able to take on c8. F8. And this was just
Yep.
checkmate. But I think this is the furthest I've ever gone. I don't be doing them like that. Let's see. This one's
You're taking
a
your
nice.
time, like doing them.
I know that's the part that makes my head hurt.
No, but this is good. This is good. Yeah, like me and Gaston for some of the tournaments, we do these like slowly to like level them up. And
Right.
when you get to the tournament, you like your calculations like very fast.
Oh, well, I mean, honestly,
It
mine's
helps.
always, yeah. So this one's pretty easy. We're going to checkmate. Rook, king up, checkmate. King is trapped. Black to play here. Oh, black's 1 second from getting a queen. Okay, that makes it a little bit more easier. So if we get a queen right now, it would be check, but he can also go queen check here, and he's going to want a queen back. So I don't think we can do that just yet. We could also do queen here check. King goes over. We'll check again. We're able to, of course, get another queen. So I think this is it. Takes. Then says a check. We block it with the knight, and he takes it. Thank you. And just take that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ooh. Queen to e3. Goes over. Knight comes in. Bishop takes. King takes. Checkmate is unstoppable. Maybe. Hold on. Let's see. Queen. I know this is right personally. Knight. We take. We go back to. Uh
Oh,
oh.
oh, we gotta go back to that one.
Oops. Oopsie. Alright. Let's see. There's a lot of free stuff here. Interesting move there, but I guess I can just restart my question. Another idea, of course, is position of exchange sacrifice. Sacrifice. That'd be no good too. Hmm. What would work to you? Well, I can't do knight takes bishop again. This story is coming like that right there. It's coming non-stop. I like this idea of rook takes bishop. Takes, knight takes, queen takes with check. Forces the king to move somewhere. And then we go to maybe check again. What do you think? Should we go for that one or no? I don't see anything better. I could be blind, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I just think we gotta get rid of this mate threat. Yeah.
I thought they were gonna make this fight one more minute, right? I'm gonna have a heart attack. Alright, so of course we love checkmate. We love it so much. We love to give it a sleep. Queen to c1, king f1, queen f1, king h2. Mm, I think it's queen here. Mm, yeah, it is. There, queen, no, bishop over.
Oh, King H3.
Haha, is that the idea?
Huh?
That looks like it's close to the idea. Queen goes here, and after he blocked
Oh,
her, the
D4,
bishop.
D4. Or E4.
So I want to get the rook down here because this one has a monster threat to checkmate there. But yeah, seems like the only move. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like that move. And then queen takes h6.
Maybe I don't know.
Wow,
Well, this
that was a good
this
move.
one just connect the dots here. Oops, backlink. We're attacking the square 4 times. 3, 4. Only protected 3 times. So if we take it, there's potentially a rook hanging somewhere.
Oh,
Am I blind?
all right, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. Go
Oops,
back. To,
connect.
oh my god. All right, go back. Go back to the first one. Let's see what happened here. And when we go back, we try to solve them again without giving it the answer. Go to X. Oh my goodness.
Doesn't white black? Is it black? Oh no, it's white to me.
Nah, go back to the first one. The first one we
This
missed.
is this is the question we missed. Because remember we said queen to
Nah, this is the one
e3.
we just missed. No.
No, this is this one.
Nah, go to the 2700 one. Yeah, 2777. That
What's
one.
this one?
Yeah, that one. That one.
Queen, blood, black,
Okay, I
blah.
can't see it. I can't see it on my screen. You're gonna have to refresh it.
Oh,
I
my
think that's
fault.
why.
Let me,
Yeah, because it's like another window.
yeah. I mean, how do you change it? Let me see. If I go to this, I mean, it just shows that one. Oh, hold on. Let me. Do you know how to change it to make sure to make it
I
see on
think
the
you can
screen?
just stop sharing and then share that specific screen.
Okay. That's tedious. I think if I just share this whole thing, it'll be quite easy. All right, you can see what's reading.
All right, there we go. Yeah, now we can see it.
All right, so queen went back. Um,
Yeah, so queen. Yeah, it's definitely queen e3, right? Queen e3, king h1. And then 19. What's the difference between knight takes e3 and knight f2?
oh, you know what the answer is? Knight c3.
Oh
Knight
yeah,
c3.
yeah. You don't go after me. You just go after the piece.
The pieces, right? The pieces are hanging. Knight c3. Oh, imagine. Yeah, we just take that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Okay.
that's an
Wow. Yeah, we got fixated on the mate.
we did. Honestly, we did. All right, this
This
one's
one was my blunder. It
no.
looked good. I would have said rook b7 too.
Mm, well, we could always just take the free bishop, but I don't think more along the lines of queen takes h7
No,
or
I think it's automatic mate. I think it's queen takes h6.
it's not automatic mate. No pawn takes.
Oh no, it is not automatic mate because you can do this. Yeah, I would just lose a queen for no reason there. Um,
As not just rook takes the bishop.
rook takes bishop. I feel like there should be more. I feel like that's too easy, but it might be it.
They try to make it easy when some people do it at the
Yeah,
same time. Is Aniket still there?
yeah. He's saying rook takes g7.
Rook takes g7.
Rook takes king takes, and now rook. I guess rook again. Rook b7.
Let's see. Rook takes.
Yeah, rook b7.
And he goes the queen away. Alright, nice. It's ridiculous. Alright, now
Okay.
to this. Now to this one. We got the first move right.
Yeah.
Takes, and then we just rushed that next move. So maybe instead we do. Knight takes pawn.
That's crazy. In a blitz game, I would snap that rook on c6.
And the first game I'd snap knight takes e5 and then rook takes c6.
Knight takes e5 first.
Yeah,
That might be it too.
just for support and allows him not to take the knight for free.
Yeah,
And
knight takes e5 looks good too.
then we snap and everything comes
Snap, snap.
off. Oh my goodness, I should have been seeing this. Snap,
Yeah.
snap, snap.
All
54.
right, so yeah, I mean that was fun. We'll go ahead and wrap it there. Next Tuesday we'll try to beat that 54, and I'm pretty sure we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but any last thoughts, any words on anything coming up?
So you want me or no?
Yeah, to you, to you.
Oh no, everything was great. My head just hurts now. It's spinning.
All right,
Okay,
so yeah, we'll finish off tactics there. We'll be back next Tuesday with some tactics. Tomorrow we're gonna go with I think Gaston's bringing out another repertoire course, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. And Emmanuel, thank you for being here. It was awesome. Oh, the chat wants to know what's your next tournament?
one in Virginia, and then I go in May.
Atlantic Open. Yep. Sounds good. I think we're gonna be going up there, so that'll be
Hey,
fun.
we're going to get first, no matter what.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So yeah, yeah. Thank you, Emmanuel, for being here. Thank you, chat, and yeah, we'll go ahead and see you guys tomorrow.